right, welcome back. This is Prepping with Sarge. I'm going live a little bit early today. Yep. I think I put out a couple posts that I was aiming for 12:15, but that's okay. You know, it's hard. It's hard because I'm coming in off of lunch from work, and so I have to, do my best to try to time that. I'll fix that hat there. Give people a couple minutes here to see if they anybody wants to come in. So this is a YouTube channel, Prepping with Sarge. I am not a sergeant. I am not a military. It's not a military rank. It's not a police rank. Just a nickname. So we'll go through our intro here while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to pop in. What do I do here on the channel? I do videos on preparedness, wilderness survival, prepping. I do some product reviews for products that I think preppers would like. I do wilderness survival, gardening for food self-sufficiency. We might touch on that a little bit today as it's related to hyperinflation, things like that. Thank you. I see a couple people are joining in. And we definitely talk about financial preparedness, financial survival. Hey, Silver Scorpions, good to see you. So today, this is kind of an aftermath follow-up video to yesterday's video, which did better than most of my videos, so I thank you. I gained a lot of new subscribers off of yesterday, so hopefully some of y'all will watch this one, and I really appreciate the new subscribers to the channel. If you're brand new to the channel, please consider subscribing for all the reasons I just talked about, and if any of that interests you. And if you're tuning in right now and you're one of my regular listeners, I really thank you. I appreciate you. We're back out at the Ashley River today. As you can see, it is lower than the last time we were out here. The water was way up to there last time. And as usual for my Tuesday streams, if you've seen alligator coming up behind me, I do appreciate it if you shout out in caps and let me know. But I did a quick scan. I don't see any alligators. I don't see any water moccasins today. You gotta watch out for them. Thank you so much, Silver Scorpion. I appreciate it. So happy May the 4th, everybody. Star Wars Day. If you're a Star Wars nerd like me, this is our high holiday. Yeah, no, it's a dock. Here, I'll show you. I'll give you, thank you, Digital Prepper. Here, I'll give you, since there's nobody else around here. It's a cool little spot. And so I'm gonna kind of turn it again this way. Sorry if you get dizzy with that stuff. Over this way here, there's a boat landing, and people come out here and they drop their boat into, this goes into the Ashley River, which eventually goes out into the ocean. So this is one of the ways that people get on the water here. And sometimes they'll just come out here because the water, as you can see here, is it's fairly calm. There is a little bit of a current. Sorry about the wind. That may affect sound a little bit. People come out here on their kayaks and stuff like that. It's not too bad, although I've actually seen people go out on their kayaks on the ocean too. If that wind gets too bad on sound, let me know, and I'll go into the trees over here, and that'll cut it out a little bit. I didn't bring my, oh, did I? Actually, yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna hook up my headset here. That will help a little bit. So we're gonna talk about the aftermath of the silver raid today. I hope everybody's having a good May the 4th. I hope some of you all out there are Star Wars fans. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I was 4 years old when the original came out. And it changed my world. I mean, I remember as a little kid playing in the neighborhood, pretending we were Luke Skywalker or Han Solo. We had one little girl in the neighborhood, so guess who she got to be? She was always Princess Leia, but Princess Leia is pretty bad A, right? I mean, she is an awesome character, so no, she never complained about that. Hang on one second, I'm gonna fix my audio. Bear with me here just a second, guys, to get this set up for us. Hey, K Art and Craft. All right, we should be a little bit better now. That should help cut out the wind a little bit. Sorry about that. And then, yeah, the Mandalorian is awesome. I love the new stuff. I really do. and I cannot wait for the Obi-Wan series. That's really what I'm stoked up for, because Obi-Wan is my favorite character actually in all the movies. Obi-Wan's my favorite, and he's probably like the one that I personally like identify the most with. Like, if I had to pick a character that I would like to be like, it would be Obi-Wan. So just one more little piece of intro here before we get started on the topic. Anything we talk about here is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a clown that's here on YouTube to entertain you. I hope you enjoy my videos. I will talk about my thoughts. It doesn't mean that anyone who is part of my audience ever has to follow my thoughts. So if I say I'm investing in Dogecoin or whatever, I don't expect you to always agree with me. I don't expect you to say, hey, Sarge said this is a good idea. I'm just an entertainer. I'm just here, to make you laugh. We'll teach you some prepping along the way based on the skill sets that I have. But please don't ever consider anything that I say to be financial advice. And in fact, by trade, I'm a licensed therapist, mental health therapist. I'm not a financial advisor. All right, so if you haven't already done so, please consider giving me a thumbs up, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I always welcome you. And if you really dislike my channel, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. It still helps me in the algorithm. A lot of people don't understand how that thumbs down works. It doesn't hurt your channel at all. It actually shows engagement to YouTube. And what it does is it actually tells YouTube that you don't want to see any more of my videos. Okay, so if you don't like my channel, go ahead and hit a thumbs down. You'll never see me again. It's okay. I don't expect everybody to like me. I certainly kicked some hornets this week. You won't blame me if your stonks go down. All right. And I like silver, right? And I like Bitcoin. I like Dogecoin. I like Litecoin. I like Ethereum. I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. I like gold. Good to see you, Prepper Days. I like to see the gold. Gold has been a great price, y'all. And I don't blame anyone if they've been concentrating on gold instead of other assets right now, because one of the things that I was taught was to buy when everybody else is selling, sell when everybody else is buying, buy low, sell high, right? And that's served me pretty well. I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not Papa Musk. Okay, I don't have that kind of cheddar, but I've done okay, at least, especially in the last 5-10 years when I've really started to apply some of these principles to I think I made 35% on my picks last year, and so far this year I'm up like 25%. Now that's not like my long-term stuff, which I don't count that because I don't even look at it. Like, I don't look at my 401, my 403. I don't look at my IRA. I just leave that be. They're invested in good companies. I've talked about that before. S&P 500, dividend-producing stocks. No, so when I talk about so if silver is 8-1, shoot himself in the foot. How's that wind, guys? Is the audio bad? Because I'll move into the trees if it's getting real bad. When I talk about I made 35% last year, I'm talking about just my fund money, right? So I've got a couple accounts where I just mess around with it, doing my own picks, talking about what's being mined. Okay, I gotcha. Doing my own picks, growth stocks, some cryptocurrencies, things like that, messing around with that. So let's talk specifically about silver and gold right now. Can you hear me good? All right, great. Miss Southern Belle, I'm having a great day. I don't know if you're a mom, but if you are, happy Mom's Day this weekend. And happy Mom's Day to all the moms out there. That is, in my opinion, the most important and the hardest job in the world. And I know you're helping taking care of your mom, I think, or is it your sister? Your sister. So if there's any moms tuning in today, happy Mom's Day this weekend. I got another video coming out before this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to do another live stream. Thank you, Prepper Days, 5x5. So how did we get here? So let's go back to a year ago, right? I know the silver suppression goes on for decades, but let's go back at just a year ago. And what happened? We were just in the United States here. We were just starting to enter into what we knew was going to be, our quarantines and our lockdowns, or everything was just starting to really kick up. And at this point last year, a lot of people had exited out of stocks, right? Why? Because we were all in panic mode. So a lot of people were selling, saying, "Hey, this market's going to crash," and it did, and they took their money out and they put it into safe havens. Well, what's one of the best safe havens for those of us in the silver community? This is opinion, but we say precious metals, right? So what did we see? The price shot up. Gold went up to like over 2,100 per ounce. Silver went up over 30. And a lot of people were thinking, this is it. This is it. This is the big bubble crash. This is the economic reset. This is the, the collapse. We all knew this was coming. This is silver's day. Well, it didn't turn out to be that kind of collapse, right? It turned out to be a little brief recession. So what happens? You've got a chunk of investors in precious metals who decided, I'm getting out, right? I'm going back into stocks because stocks were coming back up. So that's when you saw that dip, okay? Yeah, I get it about the price suppression. I get that. But there was also a lot of people who were temporarily into precious metals, and they decided they were going to be getting back into stocks. That's why you saw that dip. That's why gold is at the price that it's at right now. And if you're in a position to buy, it's, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, it's a good time to buy gold. Hey Sarge, it's the other Sarge. Thanks for joining in. We're just kind of getting started here. So what happened this weekend, right? If you haven't been paying attention, just real briefly, there was a big push in the last month or so on, and a lot of it was coming from a subreddit called Wallstreetsilver, which I do follow. Hey Millstacks, thanks for lurking. Appreciate you checking in. I do follow Wallstreetsilver. I think it's a fun Reddit, and if you're not on it, I recommend you get on it. Hey Unc, it's good to see you. I appreciate that. Unc. There's some really funny memes on there, and there was a push in here to let's educate people about the price suppression. I agree with that. Give me a shaka sign. Oh, I think that's what you mean when you say shaka sign. Aloha, right? So there was a push from May 1st. Let's all, buy 100 ounces of silver if you're in the position to do so. Thank you so much, Miss Southern Belle. Yeah, if you guys can hit that like, trying to grow the channel. I appreciate everybody for being here. Trying to get people to 15 or less dumping together. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to talk about that too, Prepper Days. So there's good and bad that comes from these Reddits, right? And right now I'm talking about the good. They're trying to educate people on this price suppression, trying to get more people interested in precious metals. And there was a movement to get people to buy on May 1st. Now I was behind this. I was in support of this, and I did make some purchases on May 1st. But as we got closer and closer to it, I was listening to some of the other veterans in the community that I have a lot of respect for. I've already named them in other videos, so you guys know who I'm talking about. And they were saying, you know what, we need to also be careful because there's a lot of stuff going on the Reddit, the subreddit, telling people, dump out of your 401k, everything's about to collapse, YOLO all the way into precious metals. And I'm afraid, and there was a lot of people in the community who were saying, this is potentially going to hurt somebody, right? So I don't get behind that. I cannot get behind that. I want you to do your own due diligence research. First of all, make the best decisions for you. Okay, that's number one. And I personally diversify. Okay, I am not YOLO on precious metals. Do I love precious metals? Yes. Do I want to see them go up? Yes. But I've talked about this so many times that you need to, in my opinion, okay, not financial advice, it's just an opinion, we need to diversify. So what did the markets do on Monday when they opened up? So when they opened up, there was a little bit of a price bump up on silver per ounce to like 68 cents or something like that. I tried to check it as soon as the markets opened. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. Hey, Ben and Stretch with Sue, thanks for joining in. I thought that's interesting. Let's see what it did. Let's see what this does through the rest of the day. Now it did, I didn't see any major changes in inventory for any of the big dealers. I was checking the websites and I did not see the same things that I saw on Friday afternoon were still available, and there was only like a tiny premium increase would have been based on that increase in spot. So you go over to the Reddit community now, and they were saying, we did it, we pushed it, we shorted silver, it's up. Hey guys. Are we gonna be in your way? Well, I'm filming live right now, but you can hang out with me if you don't mind me talking.
No.
Okay. So the subreddit community was saying, we did it. But I want to ask the question of you all, because all the markets were up yesterday, right? Not all of them, NASDAQ was down, but stocks were up, S&P 500 was up, gold was up, cryptocurrencies were up. So was the little increase that we saw, and it ended up going up about $1 near the end of the day, was that related to the shorting of silver, the silver raid, or was it just that everything went up? Okay, so comment down below in the chat here. I want to know what other people think about that. Now, today, I checked it a little while ago. I didn't check right before I went live, but there was a little bit of a dip back down. So what's happening there? You can comment down below too. While you're commenting on some of this stuff, I want to say I do have concerns for the economy for 2021, probably 2022. ADA sales, thank you so much for tuning in. I do have concerns. We already have seen grocery prices up 7%. We are, Sarge, you don't think so? You don't think it was related to the other increases? We do have grocery prices up 7%. Paper goods are expected to go up 12%. Gas, you all see what's going on with gasoline and oil. And here in Charleston, where we're very tourism dependent, the restaurants are having a tough time getting employees to come back. And what we're hearing is that the employees are saying, we're making plenty of $26.35. Is that what it's at right now? Thank you. It's not related to Reddit. Okay. What we're hearing is that a lot of people are choosing to stay on unemployment because they were actually making more money on unemployment than they were had they come back to the restaurants. Okay. Now that's going to get into a lot of political issues that I'm not prepared to talk about today. I'm just telling you the facts of what's going on here in Charleston. Comex movements, yeah. I mean, I don't doubt manipulation at all. And it's a lot more complicated than we think, right? So there's another biggie here on the horizon. There's another big economic situation that we're all going to be looking at pretty soon, and that is the pending eviction crisis. Okay, and I've not talked about this yet, but we've had a moratorium on evictions, right? So people have been able to stay in places where they were renting in many cases without paying rent. Well, that's not going to go on forever, right? At some point, that moratorium on evictions is going to be lifted, and you're going to have a lot of people who don't have a place to go. You're also going to have a glut of available housing, and I'm outside my wheel here. So if we had somebody like Tim Leake from one of the channels I follow, he could probably comment on this a little bit more. What that's going to mean for the rental markets. Will you see a drop in rental prices as landlords try to fill that? I really don't know. You're welcome to comment on that down below and give me your thoughts. Tampering. Sorry, I got something in the way. Yeah. So there's rumors about a fourth stimulus. I don't think that's going to happen, folks. I really don't. But if I'm wrong, I'll say, hey, I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit that if I'm wrong about a lot of this stuff, I'll do an apology video. I'll eat my humble pie. And same thing with this shorting silver movement, right? Like, so if we have momentum and this thing just keeps climbing up, the way that a stock would, if the business is doing well, I'll eat my humble pie. I'll apologize, but I don't see this working the way that the Reddit community wants it to work. Not long term. All right, if you're enjoying my content, once again, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not enjoying my content, if you hate me, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. I can respect that. I want to know also, where do you all see this going from here? Where do you think that where do you think the silver movement goes from here, right? Does silver shoot up to 50 this year, or does it stay around in the mid-20s? I don't personally seeing it dropping back to the teens this year, but if you do, tell me why you think so. Not paying, sorry, hang on one second. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm having a little problem with the camera. I'm not seeing the messages as quick as they're coming in. Prepper Days, if you want to say that again, I'll try to catch it. I'm sorry. So let's go back to the bad stuff on the Reddits there, because there is some cons to this. $30 silver this year. I'd be okay with that. I think that's a moderate. I think that's a moderate increase, and I think that's a good pace for us. That's possible. That's possible that there's still a lot of people in safe havens in gold and silver and cash until COVID starts to get under control. Yeah, I don't see it going to 50 either, not this year anyways. Eventually, and I'll be dancing on my roof when that happens. So one of the things I don't like about not just that Reddit community, but other Reddit communities is that somebody will say, hey, I cashed out my 403B. I just spent $300,000 on silver, and people will upvote the crap out of that because it's, that's just the nature of the Reddit communities. But I don't necessarily think that's a wise financial decision to do that. You're welcome. You're all adults. You're welcome to do what you want. I'm just not going to endorse that. I think that none of us. There's been so many times in my lifetime where people thought this is it. The economic collapse is about to happen, and we've bypassed it. They can kick that can for a very long time. Okay, and I'm talking about the people who suppress the real price of silver. They can kick that can as long as they want until they're ready to pull the trigger on it. Yeah, and then you can't trust everything you see on that either. Like, people will post a room full of boxes that says, look at all the silver I bought. Well, okay, then open them up on video. Show me that that's all silver. Because if it was that much silver on your floor, I hope you've got some good structural integrity in your house. That'd be a lot of weight. Go check out that Reddit, y'all. It's fun. I will say it's fun. I lurk on there. I upvote some stuff. There's good memes on there. And occasionally there's some really good posts on there too that do have good financial advice. So why did I shift a little bit on my approach for May 1st? Well, again, I kind of hinted on it already. As a prepper, my responsibility to my viewers is not to prepare you for the end of the world, right? For the zombie apocalypse, for the Great Reset, for an EMP. It's to prepare you for the other situations that are much more likely to happen. Loss of job, medical emergency, tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding, car breaks down, house needs a major repair. And guess what? One coin for under $40, even the secondary market. Wow. That's interesting. Are you able to order from some of the big websites like Apmex, and do you get a better price there? Unk, I hear you, Unk. So when you have those kind of financial situations, loss of job, damage to your house, whatever, do you really want to be 100% into anything? Do you want to be 100% into metals? Do you want to be 100% into crypto? Do you want to be 100% into cash? The more you diversify, the more you increase your safety. That's just my opinion. I think that as a prepper stacker, my responsibility is to teach you a little bit about having some cash put back for those emergencies. I think it's smart to pay down debt. And I got a response on one of my posts the other day. Everything is up. Okay. I got a response on one of my posts the other day that somebody said they had no plans to pay off their credit card. Okay. Because they saw the end. They think the end game is right now. Good luck with that plan. I think people thought that in 1970s with the oil crisis. Don't put all the eggs in one basket. Exactly, digital prepper. I think a lot of people thought that in 1999 with the great Y2K. Inflation adjusted average. Which may happen, but only on a micro level. Okay, supply and demand. Okay, yep. I think a lot of people thought that in 2001 with 9/11. I think a lot of people thought that with the Great Recession and the housing crisis. And I think a lot of people thought that last year with COVID, right? None of us know when the the economic end game is is going to be in play. In fact, if you want to talk about the possibility of manipulation, you can make a pretty good case that the more that the little dips are created, the more that the top 1% can benefit from that. Because guess who's buying when everybody else is selling? Think about it, okay? So it is one of the greatest ways for wealth to transfer. Hey, Celine, so good to see you. Are you riding and driving today? All right, what else we got today? So I try to get you to pay down debt. I try to get you to have some cash savings. I want to know, for those of you who are content creators, what do you think that you should be telling to your audience, right? What do you think you should be telling your audience about investing? Do you think you should tell them to YOLO into one thing, like precious metals or crypto or whatever? Just at your desk enjoying the rain. We got some good rain last night, but we're supposed to get some more today. Hopefully, we need it. We only got like one. Prior to yesterday, we only had housing is high due to high demand. It is here too. Housing is getting more expensive here. It's getting especially houses. There is a lot of apartment inventory, but they also want pretty high. Like for the amount you could pay here in Charleston and Somerville for rent, you could pay a mortgage. The problem is most people can't come up with that down payment. See, and I think, thank you, Learning Silver and Gold, I think you have to have some paper fiat, because for most situations, and you're welcome to disagree with me, I respect that, but I think that for the day-to-day situations, like we're dealing with a couple house repairs right now, my contractors don't want to be paid in silver and gold. If you want to pay me in silver and gold, I'll take it. But they don't want it. They want cash. And okay, so I think we have to have some cash savings for that kind of stuff. Getting near the end here before I got to get back to work. So any other thoughts that anybody wants to throw in, I'd say now's a good time if you want to throw them into the live chat. I want to say, you want to be paid in gold, I'll take it. Or you know what, if you wanted to pay me in Bitcoin, I'll take Bitcoin too. My preference would be to take it in metals, but I'm not going to refuse it if you wanted to pay me in something like that also. But I'll also take cash. Happy Mother's Day again to all the moms out there for this weekend. Fiat is for now, precious metals for the future. That's very well said. Very well said. I agree with that. Any moms out there that are watching, I really appreciate you. My mom has passed away. She's in heaven. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't miss her. So if you're watching this and you're lucky enough to still have your mom, make sure you're telling her how much you appreciate her and how much you love her. If you don't have a great relationship with your mom, do what you can to try to fix that. Moms are awesome, and it's the hardest job in the world. So any moms that are watching this, I really do appreciate you. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. Happy May the 4th. Please, if you're a Star Wars fan, let me know in the comments down below. Not in the live chat, but in the comments. In fact, I love Star Wars so much that I've actually debated at some point I might start up a Star Wars YouTube channel just to kind of get some, theory discussion and that kind of thing going. But I will tell you that community can be pretty toxic sometimes. There was a lot of division that went on with the prequels. The sequel trilogy. So a lot of people didn't like those. So there's a lot of, and I was part of that discussion because I had my own issues with it too. In the end, I decided I was okay with it. The force is strong with you, Celine. I know it is. What do I got coming up this week? I'm working on, May the 4th be with you, Sarge. Star Trek. I like Star Trek too. I'm just a bigger Star Wars fan, but I like Star Trek too. I've got a 3-star. You like the OT or do you like the prequel trilogy, the ones with like Anakin and Qui-Gon, and because a lot of people like those. When those first came out, there was a lot of the original trilogy fans who were kind of hard on that. George Lucas talks about that he thought that the fans were a little hard on him, but a lot of people do like those prequel trilogy. I don't know if it's going to be Thursday or Friday. I'm playing around with my launch times again. But I'm trying to get a potato, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all right, I respect that. I'm trying to get a potato video out, like how to grow potatoes using the trench method. I'm working on that. I'm going to be talking more about this. So if you're interested in this topic about, the silver raid and the silver squeeze and the future of silver, there's definitely going to be more of that coming too. What else do I got? Last thoughts. I wanted to get this. So The silver community on YouTube is one of the best niches to be in. Okay, up until some of the drama that's happened in the last few months, this has been one of the kindest, most generous community to each other. I don't want us to lose this, regardless of the disagreements we might have over, should you YOLO silver or should you be approaching it as a long term? I got you. I hope that the mutual respect, because this community is just awesome. You watch the unboxing videos and the mailing videos that we all send stuff to each other. Everybody comes to each other's videos and supports each other. So please, regardless of whether you or not you disagree with the silver raid, the silver squeeze, just try to keep an open mind for each other as I'm trying to keep an open mind. And let's respect each other. Let's support each other. Let's not lose that, because that's the best part about this community. I hope you're all having a good Tuesday. As for me, I'm going to have to get back to work here. Was there anything else? Oh, yes. Please support each other. All those people that you see in the live chat here, check out their channels. I know most of these people. I have a few new subscribers that I haven't got to know yet, but all of these channels are good channels. Please support each other. And I hope you have a great day. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.